Welcome to Crushing Brevard, Volume 2. We're here today with Austin Young. Austin is a local guitarist, member of a band, involved in Pineapples, local businessman, and has been in Brevard his entire life. And we're looking forward to hearing him play, and then maybe talking a little bit about what's going on, where he's at, where you can see his band, things like that. So, Austin, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
And
yeah,
you want to give us a little bit of little sample?
Sure. This song is it's called Cologne, and my band Gary Lazer Eyes just recorded it, and it's coming out on February 3rd. So awesome. Here's the acoustic version. Good sex, I know, has got a way with making you feel less alone. Don't forget, your home is where you make it, baby. You don't gotta waste cologne. 'Cause I've been down that road with sun in my eyes the entire time, yeah. I thought I'd let you know you shouldn't go blind. Just keep that in mind, yeah. Nights, early mornings have got away from you. You can't afford them. And this high, for sure, is coming down with all the shit you try to ignore. And I've been down that road with sun in my eyes like the entire time, yeah. Thought I'd let you know you shouldn't go blind. Just keep that in mind, yeah. Where you make it, baby, you don't, you save it, yeah. It's where you make it, baby, yeah. Cause I've been down that road with sun in my eyes like the entire time, yeah. Thought I'd let you know you shouldn't go blind. Just keep that in mind, yeah. Cause I've been down that road with sun in my eyes like the entire time, yeah. Thought I would let you know you shouldn't go blind. Just keep that in mind, yeah.
Awesome. Great. How long have you been playing guitar?
I was like in 5th grade, and I took
like 3
weeks
now, then.
Yeah, 3 weeks. 3 weeks ago, last summer in 5th grade. But I kind of took a break for a while, and then I wasn't really liking the lessons. I wouldn't say I was playing guitar around that time. I just had one in my room until my cousin came over, and I was like 16 or something, and he showed me something that he wrote, and I'm like, you wrote that? I can play that. Why am I not doing that, you know? And,
okay.
At the time, I was really falling in love with music and developing my music taste, so it was just better timing. And then after that, I was self-taught, which I wish I stuck with the lessons as a kid.
Okay.
So I probably would have been a lot better by then.
Wow.
But yeah, so really started playing every day around 16 years old, and it's been 15 years now then.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about your band.
So we started that much later. I was going to UCF, and we were doing some DIY events, just kind of booking our friends on shows. And me and the guys that were involved started jamming together, and we had a few gigs lined up, and we were billed under Austin Young. But I'm like, hey guys, we wrote all these songs together. Let's come up with a name. Let's be a real band. And again, just doing it for fun. We're like Gary Lazer Eyes. It's a reference to Trailer Park Boys.
Okay.
So this is a stupid stoner comedy that we were watching at the time. We're like, this is for fun. We'll change it if we get serious. And
yeah.
7 years now.
Haven't bothered to change it yet?
No.
That's still okay. Now you travel regionally. It's this not just a local band. You grew up in the Carolinas and Georgia.
Yeah, so at the time when we started the band, we were Orlando.
every time we did a Melbourne show, we try to keep it special. And then in between, you know, we weren't like much of a cover band. We'd take those gigs and make money if we could, but it was hard to get booked as just an original act, so we had to go out of town. And yeah, we ended up going up to New York a few times and playing a lot of like indie venues that focus on original music, which is really cool.
Okay, so what was the transition like, going from a cover band to doing your own stuff? So you have to have a certain amount of material in order to be able to do your own thing. So, but
well, if you're a working band, if you're doing that for a living or even like a side income, it's better to go the tribute or cover route, because I mean, at least around here, you know, that's how you're gonna be able to play out every weekend and make money. But you know, for us, it was never something that we were trying to make money on. We were like, maybe one day, but for us, it was a creative outlet. So it was just more like we just went right for the original stuff and, you know, try to get in places I would want to hear it. Okay.
You talked about this being obviously an acoustic version. How many other guys are in the band? And
there's 4 of us. We pretty much just keep it straightforward, guitar and bass and drums, you know.
Okay.
So this song actually ends up being a lot heavier. I know it's hard to believe because it's such like a soft like songwriter song, but it ends up being pretty heavy on the record. So for everyone to hear it.
Okay. And do more than one people sing, or
Sean Gray sings lead. He's the other guitarist, and now for the past year we've been playing with a bassist named Manny Fawcett, and he sings backups really well.
Okay, so you're like the Beatles basically. Only the drummer can't.
Yeah. Well, if we gave him a mic, maybe.
Oh yeah, you know, you never know. See people who can sing that don't look like they can. The style is this good representation of the style of the band, or do you guys do some more?
It's been all over the place. Okay. And I hate to talk about genres because I either come off as an idiot or pretentious because I'm like, you know, we don't really fit in any one hole. But it's true, we've changed our style a lot over the years. But I think this kind of more soulful songwriting is the direction we're going in now. But yeah, just like alternative rock across the board. We've tried a little bit of everything, you know.
Okay. So. Now you talked about a stoner show, like influences.
Oh yeah.
That you know, that you kind of modeled yourself after early. I mean, you come up with your own style after a while, right?
Yeah.
But where you were, what kind of stuff did you listen to when you were growing up?
Everything. Like, I guess, like I discovered like a lot of really cool indie bands, and there was like a lot of the pop punk emo stuff going on, but we've never done that. Maybe that influenced some of the songwriting, but not necessarily the style of us playing. Okay. We all love classic rock and we all love hip hop, so maybe some of that comes into play. But me and Sean, we've always gone through phases where we'll like obsess over a band for a little while, and like one of those was Kings of Leon for us. A lot of the earlier stuff, it was kind of like southern garage rocky. And some of the new songwriting we're doing now, it's like we're going back to that, because back in the day, that was like our band that, you know.
Yeah, you looked up to, and you're like, hey, you know, we should be nice if we could be more like that. Right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Oh, cool, very cool. What so when you play locally, I know like you've got an associate with Pineapples, obviously, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Do you play up there pretty frequently, or?
Pretty much like anytime we've been doing since Pineapples is open. Anytime we do like a hometown show, it's been our spot.
Okay.
We've done like little events here and there since it's opening, but yeah, I mean, like obviously I'm biased, but I think it's a really great stage.
Oh no, it's gorgeous. Like, we were up there a couple weeks ago, and
right on.
Number one, the food was good.
Yeah,
cool.
2, that's good.
You know, they had an elevator that helped a little bit.
Yeah, and that helps with load in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. I see people hauling. You know, you're not doing acoustic every night. You got amplifiers and
amps
all
are
this
heavy,
stuff.
and you think you'd get used to it and like, you know, be like, oh, this isn't light, or this is pretty light now. I've been carrying it every weekend, but no, you never get used to it. Amps are always heavy.
No, but it's a beautiful venue and just up off Eau Gallie and Pineapple, right? I think.
Pineapple Ave.
Yeah. So if you haven't been there, you should go. It's awesome.
Go there.
How long have you been associated with Pineapples? You and your family?
Well, so my dad built the building, and so basically pre-Pineapples, you know, we've been a part of the process the entire time. We partnered with some really good people, the Fannons. Ernest Fannon's our GM, and I mean, he knows his stuff. He filled the void where we were lacking in experience, you know, and we all kind of play our roles, and we're really lucky to have them. But but yeah, since its conception, it was an idea that me and my dad have been playing around with for a few years, and finally happened.
No, I apologize. I'm new to the area, so I don't. I know it's been there since I've been here, but I've only been here like a year. So that doesn't mean anything.
Well, so we're almost at 2 years. April will be 2 years, and we're doing something special for that too. So.
Nice. Do you got anything definitive you want to tell us about, or is it kind of just still in the works?
Well, yeah. So we did something similar last year. We called it a Sweet Day at Pineapples. This is another Sweet Day at Pineapples, celebrating 2 years of business. I think we're shooting for April 15th, so it's a Saturday. So that'll be like 12 to 5. We'll have vendors, some music up on the balcony. Should be a fun day.
It's my anniversary. Love you, honey. So
come celebrate with us.
Well, now I got something I can tell her I researched.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, she'll be thrilled. Which you can cut that out, right, Chris? Good. All right. Didn't mention earlier, Chris is feeling a little under the weather, so his normal sweet melodious tones will be we'll get those next week. So he's letting me take over today. So real quick, and he mentioned it to me. I have to ask you. Your dad went up in a spaceship.
Okay, yeah.
Like, what the hell?
So
that had to freak you out, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really real until I was watching it with my own eyes happening. I was like, oh shit, he's really doing this.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was like after he had sold his business, YCOM, which is something that's been in the area for a long time, Young's Communications. He sold his business and was still involved there for a little while, but he's like, oh my God, like now I can do, a lot of different things, one of them being pineapples. And that was around when Blue Origin was putting out like, hey, you can sign up for this. And it's kind of it's surprising that he got it, because I guess even if there's a bunch of people that sign up, it's not guaranteed that you'll get invited to come take the flight. But yeah, he like applied for it. We waited a few months, and then he's like, dude, I'm doing it next year. And they kept like moving the date, and so it didn't really feel real until we had that date. And then I went out there and I witnessed it, and I was like, wow. So he's just stoked to be a part of the history of like, this is like a step towards making it easier for, your average Joe to maybe experience that one day.
So did you know, had you heard of anybody else who was on the flight with him?
Well, I got to read up on all of them. Yeah. Like one of them was like a YouTuber, and I'd seen the videos before. It's like Dude Perfect. They do like the trick shots.
Okay.
There was a woman who's lived like a crazy life. She was an explorer. She's gone down in submarines, like to the lowest point that anybody's gone, and now she's gone to the highest point. There was a lot of really interesting people. Some of them were they're sponsored by a company or something like that. And then some of them were there just like my dad just signed up, just wanting to do it. And it was very eclectic, the whole group.
How many people went up?
I think it was 6.
6? Okay.
Yeah, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, geez, it's just, I mean, he told me that. I'm like, how do you even, I can't even wrap my mind around it.
Well, I think he kind of like did the application as like a joke or whatever.
Yeah.
But like
this will never happen.
Yeah, when he got the call back, he's like, oh, I'm doing it, man. It was kind of a celebratory retirement thing, and then like it happened,
So where can people find your music? Like where can they go to look for it? What do they look for?
We do Spotify, iTunes, basically anywhere that you can stream music, Apple Music, you can find our stuff. And we also have like a Bandcamp, just like that's more of like an indie website where you can buy merch directly from us.
Okay.
You can buy the album if you want, or just listen for free. And that's all on our website. And if you just type in Gary Lazer Eyes.
So what do you do at Pineapples?
So I do all the entertainment booking,
okay.
Marketing and stuff, just like anything brand-wise, like our menus, our logos. Okay. And, I work with Janet, who does like our private events and things like that. And
okay.
Kind of just, I look over the reviews too. That's like my least favorite part.
Yeah.
But I just work with the kitchen on like promoting our specials and things like that.
Okay. Okay. And describe the venue to people who haven't been there before, because there's a bunch of different floors there.
Yeah. So the first floor is like more intimate dining space. The second floor is where we do private events, live music, comedy, and sometimes even art shows. And that's more of like a club, I don't know, like, nightlife atmosphere. and it's called the Moon Room. Should add that. And then the third floor is, I mean, it's just a rooftop bar. It's just dining with a view. Maybe a little less intimate than the first floor, but depends on the night or the day. But great views, great cocktails.
Okay. Now you talked about, where can people go to find out what the schedule is for the different rooms?
So if you go to our website and you click on Moon Room, and then I think there's like a link there to the full entertainment calendar, and I'm pretty good about promoting it on Instagram and Facebook.
And we'll throw a link in the description of this so that people don't have to go searching too far.
Yeah.
They can just kind of cruise down and find out what's going on up at Pineapples.
Yeah.
Like I said, we were there. We loved it. It was great. The band was good. The food was good. Drinks were good.
Awesome.
Bartender was great. I mean,
Sweet.
Yeah, 5 stars.
Awesome. And if you leave a review, mention your bartender, because we kind of reward them.
Oh, okay.
You know, if they get a good review. So,
oh, awesome. All right. Yeah. No, I don't remember the name now, so
well,
I'll have to go back.
Have to go back.
Oh no. Yeah. Oh no. Anything but that. No. That'll be great. Can you describe like growing up in Melbourne, like what that was like for you? And
yeah. Well, my parents were pretty active people, and they were always doing stuff on the weekends. And sometimes they'd let me tag along. They'd be taking me out fishing offshore. My dad was a big boat guy, or just like hanging out on the islands down south in the river. But I grew up the west side of the county. It was still pretty undeveloped at the time, out by Lake Washington, and so I had ton of fun, a bunch of good kids in my neighborhood that we just ran through the woods. Our parents were pretty chill about, letting us run around on our own because we were far away from everything. So just exploring the woods. I had a pretty good time growing up here. But now that I'm back living here, live on the opposite end, I'm over on the beach side, which as an adult, I kind of like that more. But,
Oh yeah, no, I'm beachside too, and it's just I don't know, it's just amazing.
It's a good vibe.
Yeah, it's just and you were Melbourne High?
No, I went to Eau Gallie.
Eau Gallie, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm still getting used to.
Yeah.
I didn't have any kids that go to school here, so I'm still getting used to where the different high schools and the lines are and all that stuff.
Yeah, so. I think around the time, it was when I was going to 9th grade. It's when that big Vieira High School opened up, so it kind of split everybody. So half the friends that were supposed to go to Eau Gallie went up there, and I think they took a bunch of people from Satellite too. But,
okay. Yeah. Oh, that had to be weird. Yeah, we had. As an aside, when I was in junior high, my junior high fed 2 high schools.
Oh, really?
So they split, depending on where you lived, you went to a different high school, even though you went to junior high with these people.
Yeah,
so
it sucked.
Stupid, yeah. I mean, I don't know why anybody would ever do that, because you get to know these people, and then you're like, oh, by the way, I'll never see you in high school.
Yeah.
Unless we're at a basketball game and I'm trying to beat your ass.
Yeah. And this is before like social media was super big. I mean, I had MySpace growing up, in high school, but we didn't have it was harder to stay in touch with everybody.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you had to actually call them.
Yeah.
Or email. An actual email to somebody. Yeah. So, what's your favorite thing to do in your off time around Brevard? Like, what do you like to do? Obviously beachside, so you probably like to go to the beach a little bit.
Yeah, I've gone through phases. I suck at surfing, but I like to do that. I just enjoy being on the beach. Just anything outdoors, because I just love Florida weather. Like I said, growing up, I was always outside as a kid and kind of maintained that. But most of the time, I'm just playing my guitar or going out to see other people play music.
Okay.
And like I said, whenever I can, I get on the river. I enjoy boating. But.
Yeah, so Chris is originally from St. Louis, and I'm originally, spent the last 30 years in Minnesota.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I like the outdoors here.
It's January now. I can't imagine what it's like in Minnesota.
I think it was -3.
Jeez.
It's cold.
Nobody was on their Harley or had the top down this week.
It was
they're on the snowcat or whatever.
Yeah.
Snowmobile.
You sit inside and go, gosh, I wish it was May.
Yeah.
And then this'll, although you get snow in May. Anyway, you don't need to go into that.
Netflix and hang yourself.
This is more therapy for me than anything else. So I apologize. Gary Lazer Eyes and Cologne, the song that we heard, awesome. And you talked about how it sounds a lot different when it's when everybody's involved.
Yeah.
Which you would expect with an acoustic version.
Yeah.
The album release, you said February?
Yeah, so, not the album, just the single.
Oh, the single, okay.
We're going to put out Cologne on February 3rd.
February 3rd.
Yeah. February 2nd, the day before, we're playing in Sanford at a place called Tuffy's Music Box.
Nice.
And following that, we're gonna we got something kind of lined up for April, May. We're hoping to do a run, and if all goes to plan, release the rest of the album, which is called Love and Local Honey Volume 2.
Okay.
We did Volume 1 like about a year ago now.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Nice. And people can find that, you said, on Spotify?
Yeah, that'll be everywhere that I mentioned, Spotify, Apple Music. And we'll make a big deal about it. Make sure everybody knows that it's out.
Awesome. No, and feel free. You know, we get around. We want to talk to you again when it gets released. That'd be cool.
Yeah, and maybe I'll have more songs to.
Yeah, no,
play
we'd
for
love
you.
that because I love it, and trust me, I'm the most critical jerk you've ever met when it comes to
right
music.
on.
So
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you coming. Appreciate your time, and looking forward to talking to you again and following you and your band Gary Lazer Eyes. In your future endeavors. So
cool.
Thanks.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Thanks.
Thanks, bro.